Welcome, everybody, to That's Not in the Bible, Is It? This program is a short discussion of scriptures in the Bible, fun and serious, possibly unknown to most of us. Get your Bibles ready, pencil and paper, and let's get prepared for today's program. All right.
Hello.
Welcome again.
Another episode of That's Not in the Bible.
Is it?
Is it? That's right.
There you
That's
go.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Well, this one here we definitely better search out because
this is a good one. I like
have
this
a
one.
little bit of a problem with this one myself.
Yeah,
I don't know about you.
Well, if you look at it, and in general, most guys are meat eaters. Okay,
Yes.
we love our steak, potato. We love our meats.
That's for sure.
So this is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah. Eating vegetables is better than steak.
I don't know about.
Okay.
That's not in the Bible,
Is it?
is it? It's one of those, man.
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Okay, so let's start over in Genesis 1, chapter 1, verses 29 and 30.
And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed, which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so.
Okay.
So that sounds like that's what everybody ate.
It is, exactly.
Animals, everybody.
And so if you get into Genesis and read about that, you find out that until the flood, that's all they ate.
That's
so
all
there
they
wasn't these dinosaurs out chomping each other up with
Yeah.
their big teeth and swallowing them up.
Yeah.
None of that was there. Everything ate from the trees
Yeah.
and from the fields,
Yeah.
that which come forth, every green thing.
I remember you making a comment like that one time in a meeting. You said, well, if there was meat-eating dinosaurs, it wasn't until after the flood.
That's right.
And I'm like, well, that's true, because everything ate herbs before that.
That's right.
But yeah.
So we can see here that was what God started with, wasn't
Yes.
he? And so until that time, that's all that everything ate, what was coming forth from the herbs that were growing up from the face of the earth and every tree and the fruit that was in the trees, that apple trees and pear trees and whatever
Everything.
trees that he had, that they ate. And to every beast of the earth,
Yes.
and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat.
Yes.
And it was so.
And it was so.
So the animals didn't go running when they seen us coming because they didn't think we were going to eat them, and they didn't run from each other because they weren't eating each other.
That's true. That's
The
exactly.
creeping things weren't
Yeah.
being eaten by anything, so none of that took
Yeah.
place.
So really, that's if you look at that, people think, well, these animals, they're scared, they'll run away, and they do. But before that, they wouldn't, like you said, because they're not afraid you're going to eat them.
Yeah.
Because nothing ate each other.
I wonder how they kept the population in control.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. They couldn't eat each other, right?
I know.
Okay. So we see here at least that God had set this in place. And
Yeah.
so the vegetables at that time were all that was eaten. There was no steak.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Yep.
And so what really brings us in is over in Daniel, the first chapter. So let's go over to Daniel, the first chapter.
All right.
And we're going to read some verses here. And this was Daniel was taken captive along with Meshach, Reshach, and Abednego. Mm-hmm. And so these guys were young children at the time.
Yes.
All right. And children back then, they could have been in their teens. They could have been a little older. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what their age was. There's probably experts out there that can tell you what color of eyes they had.
Exactly.
But I don't know this.
Sure.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And not really important for what we're getting involved in, but this is when King Nebuchadnezzar had come in and taken over Israel.
Yeah.
Okay. And so he took with him, of course, they took the best, well-fared, good-looking guys from there, and women, I'm sure, too.
Sure.
To use for servants and various things within his kingdom. All right, so we're going to read verses 1 through 16. So Daniel, the first chapter, verses 1 through 16.
In the 3rd year of the reign of Jeroboam, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem, and besieged it. And the Lord gave Jeroboam, king of Judah, into his hand, with part of the vessels of the house of God, which he carried into the land of Shinar, to the house of his God. And he brought the vessels into the treasure house of his God. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and of the king's seed, and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored, and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning in knowledge, and understanding science, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans. And the king appointed them a daily provision of the king's meat, and of wine which he drank, so nourishing them 3 years, that at the end thereof they might stand before the king.
Okay, so you can see here, number 1, and it's important to understand this, that the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, unto his hand. Okay. The Lord did it.
The Lord did this, yes.
Okay. And so we understand this, that it wasn't done because they were mighty and Nebuchadnezzar wanted to do it. The Lord is the one that gave him that.
Gotcha.
Right? And so through this process, we see that Nebuchadnezzar told the man over the eunuchs that was over his stuff to what? Get the best.
The best. He wanted the
fairest.
best. Mm-hmm.
Those that could be taught, that were smart enough to be taught the language and to be able to do the things that he wanted. Then they were to be nourished for 3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Now among these were of the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names, for he gave unto Daniel the name of Belshazzar, and to Hananiah of Shadrach, and to Mishael of Meshach, and to Ezra of Abednego. But Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank.
Okay, so what is he talking about there? He's talking about that the stuff that they were going to be fed was not kosher or according to the law of God.
That's right.
All right, and
Yes.
he didn't want to eat that which is offered to idols, and drink that which is offered to idols. He didn't want to take of the unclean stuff, because I'm sure they had pigs and they had all various animals which Israel was not allowed to touch or eat of.
Yeah.
They were unclean.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. So he made a request, didn't he, to him?
Yeah, he didn't want to defile himself. He wanted to stay pure before God according to the word of God.
Now God had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. Who did that? God did, right? And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who hath appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your faces worse likening than the children which are of your sort? Then shall you make me endanger my head to the king. Then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. Then let our countenances be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat. And as thou seest, deal with thy servants. So he consented to them in this matter, and proved them 10 days. And at the end of the 10 days their countenances appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat. Thus Melzar took away the portions of their meat and the wine that they should drink, and gave them pulse.
Goes to show that when God's in control and when you're pleasing God, see, then what happens? God blesses you.
That's
see?
exactly right.
And that's what he was willing to do because he wanted to come under subjection to God.
Yeah.
That's what he was interested in.
Yep.
Right? And so that's what we're looking at. So when we look at this food that they were eating, it was a mixture of vegetables, wasn't it? Things that they were allowed to eat of. And so that's what they were talking about here. Okay? We're going to continue on to verses 17 through 20.
Okay. As for these 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Now at the end of the days that the king had said he should bring them in, then the prince of the eunuchs brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar, and the king communed with them. And among them all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore stood they before the king, and in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm.
Now imagine that. Can you see when you come under subjection to God? So
That's
God
exactly.
blessed them, right?
Yes, he did.
Because they had what? A heart? Daniel had a heart to do it his way.
His way.
Later on, we can see what Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did and what God did for them because they also stood up in the face of danger.
They did.
And so God has blessed them, all right? So here, the prince of the eunuchs brought them before Nebuchadnezzar, and he communed with them, and among them was none found as these 4 young gentlemen. Therefore they stood before the king in all matters of wisdom and understanding. See, he knew to go to them because God was blessing them, just same way he blessed Solomon. When we read about Solomon, and he gave Solomon wisdom, and so the same way here. He
That's
blessed them, and they what? And they were able to do things that nobody in his kingdom could do because God was revealing it to them. See, that's the difference, isn't it?
That's right.
So then if eating vegetables would get you to the point where you're pleasing in the sight of God, then it'd be better to eat vegetables, even if you love a nice juicy steak. Okay? And we know this, and Paul made that plain, okay, when he was talking to the church. And he says, you know what? If my brother be offended because I eat meat, I won't eat meat no more.
No, that's a fact.
So that means what? You're putting God first. You're putting that individual first.
That's right.
Before yourself, which the Scripture tells us we should do. Nothing greater than that, is there? All right?
That's
so we can see here that at the beginning of time, that's all that everything on the earth lived off of was vegetables and fruits. Right?
That's it.
And what come out of the field.
That's right.
All right? The same way here, we see that Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and Daniel all ate of that same stuff.
They did.
See, you're not going to die.
No.
And here, God blessed them because of it, and they look better than any of the other people
They did, didn't they?
You know, so the vegetarians are going, woohoo, woohoo.
Woohoo, we won. See,
we won.
This is what I told you.
Yeah. And so that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's about coming under subjection to God.
And that's the spiritual part behind this, and that's what you want to take away from this. I mean, people do, you hear them out here, they do what's called the Daniel fast, and they do this stuff for 10 days or whatever. It's not in that. What it's in is adhering to the voice of God, doing what he wants you to do, and not being caught up out here in worldly things. That's what it's all about, guys. All right? Whatever you want to eat, that's up to you. But what you want to get out of this is adhering to God, listening to his voice, letting him lead and guide you, and watch. You'll be fairer than any others to him in his sight. That's right. Won't you? Really?
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah, and he'll bless you because
yes, he will.
And so it doesn't matter what your circumstance is. We see here Daniel was put in a circumstance that he didn't ask to be in.
Yeah.
See? Wasn't him that made the decision.
That's
and so
right.
from that decision, though, he made a decision in his heart not to defile himself.
That's right.
And so then God gave him the wisdom, didn't he? So he asked the prince of the eunuchs, hey, can we do this?
Yeah.
Give this a test.
Yeah.
So that we don't defile ourselves.
Yes.
And when he did, God blessed it.
Yep.
And look what happened.
And look what happened.
And
That's right.
You can read the book of Daniel and find out.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there was all kinds of things that went on
happened
in
with
Daniel's life. And
Oh, sure.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah,
And
they went through some things, didn't they?
Yeah, they went through a lot, didn't
Yeah,
they?
they did.
And so we can see that, didn't we? So
Yep.
God will bless you if you'll come under subjection to him.
Yeah.
And that's what's more important. It
Oh,
wasn't the
most
fact
definitely.
of the vegetables. I mean, vegetables are important, but in his situation, it was.
Yeah.
In their situation,
At that
it was.
time, yes.
See?
Yes.
But in our situation, we have to decide what is it that he doesn't want us to eat of. Is it from the world? Is the old nature?
That's right.
Something going on, things there, see, are we partaking of
Yep.
that is defiling us and keeping us what? Out of being in sync with God.
That's
or
right.
in his pleasure,
Yes.
in his being pleasing in his sight.
In his sight.
That's it.
And that. When Daniel did this, he spoke up and he said, hey, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord found favor, with that and allowed this man to do that. Okay, we'll try this. And they were fair. And then what happened? They tried this for 10 days, it said. And then after that, they seen how fair they was and how they looked and how stronger they looked. And he took away their meat and gave them balls like they wanted.
Yeah. And they did this for how long?
3
At least 3 years we know of, right?
At least 3 years. Definitely. At least 3 years.
And we know they didn't defile themselves. So whatever they had after that, if they were allowed to,
Yes.
would have been that which was
Would have been-
kosher
oh, sure.
and of
Yeah,
of
they're
God had
still not
told
going to
them
partake
do.
of the other, definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So in this case, eating vegetables was definitely better than steak, and we also know that eating vegetables was the beginning of what man did when God created
God
them.
created
So until that time appointed, which he made some changes, that's what they ate.
Yeah.
Okay, so have some good vegetables once in a while and leave the steak out of it.
Lord bless.
If God is touching your heart and you need to contact us or you're looking for more information, please contact us at Jerusalem.org. That's GERUSALEM.org. Or write us at Box 271, Willard, Ohio 44890. Join us again next time for another edition of That's Not in the Bible, Is It?